Oh, it's a Crow Messenger deck? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Crow Messenger player. Guys, this is called bullying. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to win. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Yeah, I've changed my mind. He's no longer a Crow Messenger player. Now we are. Ruehin comes back, and we're gonna machine gun Manticore just because it's fun. Obviously, we should have played Manticore first. I was going for a highlight, not gonna lie. Okay, that makes this Manticore much better. I was going for the highlight, trying to get the RNG hits for the Rot Fiend. Didn't work out. Guys, when you're playing the game, remember, be good. Do smart things. Don't try and get highlight clips. But then again, you guys probably don't all have YouTube channels, so. That was a machine gun, though. I'm not sure you can keep up, even though we did that. That will bring that back. He needs, what, 16 or 17? I lied. He needs 20. That's a lot more. I don't think he's got 20. And Pride's a good card. And he doesn't have it, so that's just a 2-0 GG. Today we're playing Deathwish because I think it's pretty interesting, and it didn't get changed very much in the last patch, so we didn't do it right away. But the only card that really got changed for the deck, which we are, by the way, are not using him, but I just wanted to bring this up, is where Rat? Here he is. So he got changed. He's got order, spawn number of rats on this row equal to number of boosts on self, then lose a point for each rat spawned, not reset himself. And then, yeah, cooldown 1 before the end of your turn, consume a unit to the right. So he got changed. We're not running him in this one. We could, but we don't have much synergies with him other than the Deathwish and Consume. So we have enough Consumes, I think, that we don't need him because we're relying on some other cards. Because I think we want Zeal with our Consumes, or we want Deploys. So we're not going to be running him in this one, but he's an option. Just want to point that out. Now, as far as the changes to the deck here, we're going to be running a version with the buffed Slyzards. So as a 4/4, they're much easier to fit, and it's not as bad if the opponent removes them. So we have them in here as engines, and since they're in here, with their, if they live, they have every turn you can consume something. Since they're in here, we're going to be trying to run our Ruehin here. So theoretically, in a long round, he's 4 points per turn, as long as you're consuming him. Hopefully the Slyzards can consume him every turn. I don't think this will be quite as strong as the previous version, or a version with something like a Heatwave in it in this 10 provision slot. I think that's probably better overall, but I wanted to try it out with Ruehin and the Slyzards and see how it did. I also threw in a Predatory Dive here, just in case. It's a good card to catch people off guard with in the beginning of the game if they boost something with a stratagem, and you can always find a use for it because we do have Deathwish cards, so it's usually not too bad if something dies. But yeah, that'll be the deck here. Let's see how it does, and hopefully we get some wins with it. What do we have for our first opponent, then? Will be Nature's Gift. So there's a little bit of an annoying thing here, because we get a lot of value from Rot Fiend and Manticore, Imperial Manticore, especially we want to go for those with our Weavesses, and Maruna as well. But if he has a bunch of little 1-point guys from spawning them with Nature's Gift, well, that's not really cards you want to be seizing now, is it? Or even hitting with Rot Fiend. Which means we definitely want round control here. I want to force, I think, a short round 3. That'd probably be best for us. Now, to get there, that means we need to answer this round 1 pretty quickly. We'll go with this. You'll notice here we don't have too many consumes, and we do have a lot of Death Wishes, which could be a problem. So we want to end this round pretty fast. And there's the 1-point guy like I said he would get. Go Harpy Egg here. It's probably going to be the best value from this. Get those 6 points. I didn't mention in the deck profile, this is a Caranthir Weavess Incantation deck. So what we want to do is use the Caranthir to make a Weavess Incantation. Well, obviously we want to do that, but the nice thing is that even though she is spawned as a 1, she has a Zeal on her consume now, a Zeal order. So you spawn her as a 1, you consume something. Usually it's you're trying to make it debt left, so she goes to a 7. It's hard to get rid of. And then you play the second Weavess Incantation. And theoretically, if you're having a really good game and you don't think they have a Heatwave, you can go for Arrakis Queen on the Weavess Incantation, which will consume one, and then the other Weavess will spawn another one, so you have 2 still. And then you Abaya the Arrakis Queen, and then you trigger the Arrakis Queen's Deathwish by killing it. And then you have 4 Weavess Incantations. And then you play Imperial Manticore, and everything goes boom. That's a fun little thing. We can't do that every game here. You'll notice we did go for that 50-50 earlier on the Dunka. I wanted to finish my thought before I talked about that. But yeah, we went for that. Reason why is, like I said in the beginning of the game, we need round control here, and that essentially guarantees us round control. Here we do lose our Arrakis Queen as well, but it will give us the round here. He's not going to keep playing now. But it was really important we got this round, and I like denying the carryover. If Maruna missed, it would have been like a feel-bad minute, but we would have been okay still. Sometimes you gotta do a little risk if you want a reward. Sometimes that risk doesn't pay off. This time it did. Other times it might not. Slyzard would have been really nice round 1 here. Too bad we didn't have it. Arcaspore, actually I don't think I want... Look though, we only have a Slyzard, and he has shown us Nature's Rebuke. He probably has a second one, or the tree, the Forest Protector. So I don't think it'll live. Okay, we do have another Consume in our Vargas here then. I'm pretty sure it just dies, so I don't want too many Deathwish cards. And of the ones we have, the Arcaspore is a low value one. See what I mean? Like this one died. The Arcaspore is a low value one, and it is one that, like, it's only 8 points. We're gonna open with Deadlock here. And like I said, we're gonna push pretty hard. Okay, that's Phoenix. Onomancy here. We will go into our Caranthier on the Weavess Incantation. We're going to be using her mainly here for the consumes. Like I said, we're trying to go for a short round 3 where we've bled out all his stuff. We should be able to get some good value from our cards in that situation. If he doesn't interfere here, we will actually just go with the second Weavess. I mean, double Weavess Incantation is pretty good. We only can trigger the Deathwish on our Manticore, which won't be amazing. But we can do a triple kill with it. Ooh, that makes it better. Oh no, because he makes the guy with that. No, it doesn't. We can go Manticore for like a few points here. Won't be amazing. Yeah, it's like plays for like 3, even with the double Weavess Incantations. We really want to bleed out his cards here. It's a little unfortunate we don't have any more Deathwish cards. But it is what it is. We will trigger our... this isn't bad though. We can go Abaya on the Manticore, and then we can Deathwish it with our leader. For a big push here. I think that's our play. It's 21 points. He needs to come back here. He needs to play his big cards. If we hold on to Ruehin and Vargas, that's not bad for round 3. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does here. That's not too bad for him. We don't have any more Deathwish cards, but I think we just play the Vargas. Just consume here with the Thrive points. We can consume Ruehin next turn. It's not amazing, but we'll see what he does. I want his cards to be gone, essentially, and his leader charges. Yeah. Okay, he did have it. There's 1 leader charge. That'll get him up. So we go for Ruehin here. We're still going to go down a card round 3. And this isn't super efficient. But I think we'll be okay here. We tried for the combo this round. There's Ruehin's back. It would have been much better if he didn't get so many little tree ants, but that's why we wanted to go for this. Oh, that's not enough points. I think he needs a leader charge still, right? Yeah, he needs a leader charge. He's down to 1 leader charge. That's not bad. The only thing is we didn't get rid of Ethne, so if he has Ethne, that will be a problem here. And we did use our leader charges as well. So that's not ideal. Let's see here. Vargas, not bad. Okay, we can go into Haunt here. Haunt's our round 3, short round 3 I was talking about. Just wanted 2 Deathwish cards for it. Most of these decks do not have a Heatwave, so Haunt should live. And then if Haunt lives, I think we get enough value from it to take the game here in the short round 3. Hamadryad's not bad. Oh, look, guys, you know Hamadryad's the only word for King Cobra? Fun fact for you. But that's not a King Cobra. Random information for the day. Oh, he's playing Shaping Nature. That's interesting. So there's a +8. And I think we have enough here. We'll be able to trigger all of our Death Wishes. Let's see what this hits. Maybe we should have played this first, so it wouldn't hit the 3. It's fine. We'll just consume everything here. I don't think he's got 14 here. He could have Gourd. There is Gourd. And it's 8, so we have a GG from him. It would have been a draw if he managed to have the Eisenram's Council, though. Game 2. Blaze of Glory, Skellige. Okay. Okay, what do I think about this match? We want to use Weavess. I think our Weavess Incantations. The thing is, he has a lot of control, right? And he has the 12 damage on the Yoda Send with the Blaze of Glory. We have a Slyzard. We can go for Ruehin here. Round 1 Ruehin wouldn't be too bad. Thinking here. Do the Caranthier as well. There's Haunt. If Slyzard lives, we'll go for a Caranthier Ruehin round 1. I think that's our plan. Our issue here is going to be that we go for the Weavess Incantations. He'll go for the Yoda Send. Then he could Yalmar and double kill them. Like the next turn he could kill the other one. I mean, his Ice still kill one, right? And then if he's playing Yalmar, he can kill a second one. Some of them play Yalmar, but I haven't seen it too much, so I think we're safe from that. We just got to watch out for the... Yeah, we knew that was coming. The Blaze of Glory. So we want to be in a situation where we're dictating when that happens. So again, we need to win round 1 here. The problem is our field setup's not great. But this will deny him from doing anything he wants, right? If you play something, we just trigger that. And the Rot Fiend kills it. Should be pretty decent. Any engine he sets up, I think we'll be able to deal with. And then most of his value cards get their value from damage, so setting damage into Rot Fiends is obviously not the best use of them. I mean, he still might, but it won't be the ideal use of his cards. While we're waiting here, by the way, guys, really appreciate if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll plan on doing 3 of these videos a week now instead of 2. Have some fun with the decks. But yeah, if you like the videos, like and subscribe. It really does help out. Alright, now he finally did something. He went in here for the Vabjorn. Vabjorn, a good choice by him. It means our Rot Fiend has 50% chance to miss, but that bleeding damage isn't going to do much. The only thing that's issue here is we could go for Maruna again, like we did at 50-50 last game, but here, I don't want to. I don't think it's as impactful. It's a good thing that worked last game, by the way. Otherwise, I would look like an idiot. Well, not an idiot, but it doesn't always pay off. You should know that. Now, we could go Predatory Dive would kill everything here. But I think instead we want to develop some of our own points instead of leaving the board empty. So I think we go Barghest. It's not the best target for this Rot Fiend, obviously, but we're up by 9. And that bleeding was... We basically denied the bleeding value, but it was going to kill our Rot Fiend anyway, so I don't really want to count that. But here we're up. And we do have a trigger ready if we want to go for it. And we can go for potentially Ruehin, and then the Predatory Dive will kill the Ruehin. I'll trigger this Deathwish. We could also Maruna. I like the Maruna ends the round, I'm pretty sure. Let's do that. We do this, we consume. And that should pretty much get him out here. I don't imagine what he'll do next. Yeah, that's basically what I expected. Basically what I expected. Now, here's the thing. We want to go for Weavesses this round. We definitely want to go for him this round. Like, can we keep Haunt for round 3 potentially? Or do we have to save, like, Detlef for round 3? Or we can go all in here. It's a tough choice. We don't have Slyzards, which makes Ruehin a little worse. Let's go with the Haunt push. I like the Haunt push here. We'll see if we can't save some stuff. If he doesn't go hard here, we might go all in. That's not too bad. I think we Manticore it. I think we Manticore it to keep the board control. It gets 2 pings here, but that's not awful. It'll probably get that much value anyway. And then we do that. We have 2 consume set up here. I think we do go for Ruehin. Do we Caranthir the Ruehin, though? We don't have Weavess Incantation, which is a little sad. We're going to use Marilorn to trigger our Archespore to save us a consume. So we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 consumes, 5 consumes in our hand. We have 5 consumes we have total here. And then we have 2 Dettlaff triggers we want to do, an Arrakis Queen trigger. Caranthir. Okay, so it's probably going to be Caranthir, Dettlaff, and then we play Dettlaff, and that's what? 4 Death Wishes we can trigger? That's probably what we go for here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. At some point we play Archespore and Marilorn it too. Should be okay. But yeah, I think we go Caranthir, Dettlaff. I want to play Ruehin though. I wonder if we can save the Dettlaff. I really want to save the Dettlaff. Let's do this. I really want to save the Dettlaff now I'm thinking about it more. We need something for short round 3, because usually it'd be Haunt. It's usually Haunt or Dettlaff. Then we don't have Weavesses either. I think we're going to go for this. We're going to go with the Ruehin and Haunt. We'll push with Haunt. It gave us a good tempo start, and then we'll just get value from Ruehin every turn. And we'll just play our bronzes. And then we'll try and save our other cards. I hope this is going to be enough to get rid of his Iced. I think it might be, but we're going to try and hold on to some of these gold cards. Unless he is going to be playing stuff that is high value. Like this, we don't care. Probably just set up our Archespore this turn, honestly. Go Archespore. And then we go Consume Ruehin, then we go Barghest on the Ruehin, then we Marilorn the Archespore, then we use the Order on the Barghest Consume, and then I think we pass with Dettlaff, Caranthir, and Arrakis Queen in hand. That shouldn't be too bad. I think that'll work out pretty well. Pretty well. Except the Archespore. I mean, if he kills the Archespore, I don't care. He's not going to lock it. I mean, he might. They usually have, like, 1 lock or something. Sometimes they have a Gregory of Vol in these decks. No retreat. Not one step. Okay, good. We got the Iced out. Perfect. We're still going to Marilorn. Okay, so he's up now, but that's fine. We still have Marilorn. We're going to trigger that this turn. We do lose out on our Ruehin turn because we plan to consume the Ruehin here. Or no, we plan to play Barghest this turn and the Archespore next turn, but I want to trigger the Archespore instead because I think we might be passing a little sooner since he has so much tempo going on. I really want to just get the Archespore gone. Yeah, if he played a gold card, I probably would have passed, but he didn't. Let's see if we can get another one. Let's Caranthir our Dettlaff here. We can hold on to regular Dettlaff for round 3. That would be pretty good here. Next turn we can go Barghest, consume the Dettlaff, and then leader the Dettlaff and leader the Ruehin. If we want to go for a really big push, I want to have that option since he just played a bronze there. He's not too far ahead. He's only 2 points ahead right now. Well, 4 if you count the order he's got. So we need him to play some gold cards. And we can always go Barghest into Arrakis Queen if he doesn't have enough value here. Basically, I just want to try and keep the Dettlaff. Because we don't have enough ways to trigger it either, right? If I did play it, we have 5 consumes. Actually, we do have 5 consumes left. Okay, there's a Trigby. Good, we're getting more value from him. Barghest probably choice here. Arrakis Queen could work too. Let's go Arrakis Queen. Bring back that. Then we have leader, Barghest, and we play the Dettlaff. I have a feeling he doesn't have much. I have a feeling we might just I have a feeling he's like either holding on to cards he really can't play. Like he can't play a Herald here because he has no Bronze Warriors in his graveyard. He only has the ships. Like he can't play Herald. And what else would he have? So that's one card he can't play. And then he's played the ship. He's played Fabjorn. I don't think he runs. He might run Yalmar if he has the veteran guys. And we can see the veteran. Okay, there's a Junod. So that's another card he has. And he does have the guy who triggers all of the veterans. Because we look, he's got the veteran 7 on turn 2 on the round 2 here. Let's just leader this. Do leader this once. I think we wait till next turn. So he can't play Herald. He can't play. Well, he has got an 8-point play, and that other guy. Oh, he did play Herald. Aren't there no Bronze Warriors? Yeah, there's no Bronze Warriors. I'm not stupid. We could pass here, actually. We have double leader charge debt left. Yeah, he's not no Bronze Warriors here, that's what I thought. Gotta keep track of that stuff, man. Alright, he passed the old lost connection here. I was gonna pass, my friend. But I guess we go into round 3 with Detlef double leader. That is 24 points. And he's lost his Iced and his Herald. Maybe he thinks he can't beat that. It would be pretty rough, wouldn't it? Would be pretty rough indeed. I guess it's just going to be a GG then. But yeah, you can see the deck there. We didn't have enough consumes for this to really work out, but we won the game anyway. Alright, looks like we're going up against Tactical Decision. Lately, these have all been mill players. I really dislike mill, because it just feels like a waste of time. But apparently that's what we're probably facing. It's just my guess based on my recent experiences. But like, we have an automatic win versus mill, basically, because we have too much mill. We have too much bronze value here. He's not going to beat Ruehin Slyzard. He probably can't remove both. So I think we just get a free win if it is a mill player. Let's open the Slyzard. See if he kills it. If he doesn't kill it, we just go Ruehin every turn for 9 turns. Should get enough value. He could go with his Vilgefortz on it. Alright. There we go. Turn 1 win. Okay, let's get into a real game here. That was interesting. I think it was mill, and I think he realized he couldn't kill the Slyzard. That's my guess. Not sure why everyone's playing mill again. Not sure. So this is here's the problem. If this is Alumni, we're in a lot of trouble. If it's regular Siege, we're okay. And the reason we're in bad shape if it's Alumni is because the Rafard's Vengeance. Oh, it's King Belohun. Well, I mean, have you guys ever seen such a good predatory dive target as this? There's not many. This may be one of the best predatory dives I've ever gotten. And there he is. Goodbye. Fantastic start here. So he's not going to be playing Alumni then, which is good for us. The reason we have problems with Alumni is because with Rafard's Vengeance and the 2-point guy who comes out when you play a Siege machine, a Siege engine, there's just too many little guys. The Rot Fiends miss too often. The Imperial Manticores we can't rely on. And they always boost the cards, the Alumni students. They always boost them with Marines and the, what's the Amphibious Assault. So you can't seize them with Maruna. It just becomes too difficult for us to remove stuff when they play multiple cards a turn. Too difficult indeed. Now, as far as his stuff here, I'm not super concerned about his things here. We'll go Slyzard here. He'll probably be able to kill this if he's out of Boiling Oil. I imagine he has Boiling Oil. But we should try and get this Ruehin going if possible. If it gets going, that's nice. We want the Slyzard to live, obviously. Slyzard's really our only consume card here. We do have a Desert Banshee Lady, but it's not as good. Our Slyzard has the best chance of living if we go early. Let's see if he's got the Boiling Oil. No, he doesn't, because he would have spread out the damage differently. Alright, so here's the thing. A winch next turn gives him access to 6 damage, and this Slyzard's got 6. So we'll play Desert Banshee, and hopefully we keep a consume card. Alright, yeah, so by the way, Ruehin doesn't always come back to the same row as Slyzard, but here we can consume with the Desert Banshee, which is why we wanted to set that up. I'm guessing this is a winch. Or, oh, bombardment. He can kill the Slyzard. That's unfortunate. He can kill both our consume cards. That's not great. Not gonna lie here. Not great. We could go Weavess. Even though we got his King Belohun and his stratagem with that predatory dive, he's still gonna win this round. The question is, what do we want to play in the round? We can go Weavess. This is probably our best chance of staying in the round if we go Weavess. She dies to winch here, which is kind of what I think is going to happen, but if he didn't, he might not have winch because he went for that bombardment last turn. So he might not have the winch here, and then if he doesn't, we can start spawning with our Weavess. Let's see what he's gonna do. Carrick Marine just produces protect his guys. Let's go with the Harpy eggs here. Spawn 1. Good value. The reason we're pushing with Weavess Incantation here is just because I want to not have him just siege round 3 or whatever, started round 3, because we don't have a Heatwave. Okay, that's a pretty slow card for him. Next turn, he has a bunch of damage. Let's trigger another Harpy Egg. I really want to save Haunt for his siege round. This is a draw here if he just passes, so he won't do that. And yeah, we'll just go here. Now he's got 4 damage, so our Weavess dies here. Question is, does he have, and what's his next card, right? Can we get something out of him? Because we could potentially still fully trigger Haunt. I don't want to play it. I don't think we will. But he's only playing bronzes here, so he has to have some good cards. He's willing to... Well, he has to play good cards if he has them. John Natalius into Winch. Okay, this makes sense. That'll get us out of here. Big play for him. Unfortunately, we do lose the round. We can work with that, though. We can work with this. It's not the end of the world. Let's see. What do we want here? I mean, this hand's really good. It's really good. If he plays a card here, we can go Arcaspore into Barghest. I mean, we could... Let's just play the Barghest, I guess. We're going to get plenty of consumes round 3, right? We have Double Leader, we have Haunt, which gives us 3. So we should be okay. These decks usually don't run Heatwave. And we did see a Carrick Marine for 4, so we know he doesn't have it. So our Haunt will survive. We just have to watch out for the duels. This is probably why we played Weavess Incantation round 1. If he had duels, we wanted to get rid of them. As we go into round 3, counting on Caranthier, Weavess Incantation, they'll just get dueled, and then that won't really work out. Haunt's going to live here. We might go for Desert Banshee right away. We'll see what he does. It also means he can't Heatwave the Arrakis Queen Detlef. So we can trigger it with a Baya and get a bunch of Deathwish targets that way. And we could also go for Rot Fiends. Extra Rot Fiends if we want those. We'll see. He's just going to play Siege, so it doesn't really matter. Like, we know he's just going to play Siege here. Yep, there it is. I don't know what took him so long to figure out that was the choice. What do we own Ownermancy? It's probably Caranthier. Manticore's not bad either. What if we go... No, let's go Maruna. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go for Maruna. Where is she? Go Maruna, and then we'll Arrakis Queen Abaya this. And now we're not going to consume here. Here's why. We want to do the Arrakis Queen Abaya on Maruna. He's going to play a bunch of stuff we can seize. That's our plan here. It may not be the most optimal choice, but it's going to be the most fun choice. So that's what we're going for. It's also going to be pretty good. And the other thing is we don't actually have enough consumes, I don't think, for everything if we go with the Detlef plan. Oh, he's just going to boost it out of range. You're going to boost the battering ram out of range too. Fard's Vengeance. That guy's a little annoying. I'm not sure why he double boosted that. Does he not have a duel in his hand? Well, we rack his queen here. We're going to hopefully seize the battering ram. 50-50. Okay, we got it. Nice. If we didn't get it, it was okay too, because we deny him a cooldown turn. And it make it sure he doesn't get his crew. It's not too bad. And now we go for the Abaya. We'll get another Maruna. Oh, we can steal Hensel. I wouldn't mind stealing a Hensel. We'll actually get its reduction too. Because the battering ram will go next to it. We move the battering ram. Well, actually, it doesn't matter if we do it first or second. But we will actually be stealing it. We'll take the Hensel here. Let's see here. We'll go Abaya. We trigger this. That gives us... Okay, now we have 2 of these. And now we can, if we miss, we can do another one and steal. Okay, we missed. Now we'll take the Hensel here. We really need to remove the Hensel, otherwise it goes into my points anyway. But now it's just funnier because we have a Hensel with a battery ram next to it. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Unfortunately, though, we don't have too many consumes. And we can't get rid of Fultus Pride. But, you know, I think we're in a pretty good spot. We'll play our Desert Banshee here. Unfortunately, we can't play everything melee. If we could play everything melee, his Trebuchet would trigger our Night Wraith for us, which would be cool, but that's not going to happen. Reinforced Ballista. I mean, this is just going to be a... Oh, we might actually be able to do that. This is just going to come down to if he has enough Warfares that we get blown out by Siege. We really do want to trigger this. There's 2 good engines this could kill. The Rot Fiend, that is. But I think we go with Detlef. I'm kind of hoping he plays another engine that we can hit with the Rot Fiend here. I want to get some points out first. The reason we didn't play the Rot Fiend is because I know he's a Selkirk still, right? And if we have the option of being able to hit Selkirk because he has no Zeals, I want to hold the Rot Fiend in case we can do that. Then we'll play it next turn. Yeah, next turn. Because he's not going to play Selkirk. Because Selkirk's going to be his second to last card. So he play Rot Fiend right before that. And then we can Bargist it and maybe we hit it. Okay, so he's going to get our Fultus Pride, our Ballista. 17. It's going to be pretty close. Let's go Rot Fiend here. Oops, that's not Rot Fiend. Actually, it's fine, because the Bargist has the order, right? And look, yeah, the Bargist has the order consumed too, so we can play the Bargist here instead. Yeah, we'll do that. We don't want him to know we have the Rot Fiend. Yeah, this is fine. We'll use the order on the Bargist, and then we'll maybe have a chance of hitting the Selkirk. Although he might not have the Selkirk. But we're up by 20, so yeah, he does have it. Okay, so now we'll go for that. Unfortunately, we can't get the... there we go, we do trigger that, actually. Well, we went for the melee row with the Bargist here, and we consume. See if we hit Selkirk. We don't. Whatever. 26 is a lot. Don't think he's going to have it. And, by the way, you saw there that at some point they did a quality of life change, where it used to be if you consumed something, and there were 9 units on the row, and, for example, Detlef was supposed to spawn something or come back, it wouldn't, because the row... think the row was full, and then it wouldn't trigger the Death Wish at that time. You'd have 8 units, you wouldn't get its ability. They fixed that, so now you can go for stuff like that. We saw with the Bargist consuming the Detlef on a full row. You can do that now. But there's a bombardment. And that'll be a GG here. Good game. Good game. Didn't hit the Selkirk, but it was our plan. Too bad it didn't work out. We did win, though. Another inspired Zeal player. Again, we just hope it's not Alumni. Or if it is Alumni, that they're not very smart and let us kill all their students. What do we have here? Archospore, we definitely do not want two of. I just want the damage cards. Same as last time. We'll be playing engines, so we want Slyzard and some damage ones. We have both of our... How many Rot Fiends do we have? We've got one Rot Fiend here. We got Slyzard, we got Manticore. We're going to open with the Slyzard here. And just hopefully just kill his stuff. And it is Alumni, so... I mean, we can kill every single student in round 1, I think. No Refard's Vengeance means that we just go like this. We can consume this, we kill it. And now, if he does have the Refard's Vengeance, we can go trigger on Manticore still. Which is exactly what we're going to do here. Manticore. Trigger. Again, no student. And all the time we're killing his students, we're developing points. Leticia dies to our Manticore as well. Let's consume it. She's gone. That plan's not going to work out. Let's drop an Archospore. At this point, we killed both students. We killed Leticia. And that's kind of the strength of our deck. We can do this kind of stuff with the Deathwish cards. And look, he plays another one. We can just seize this with Maruna. And honestly, what is he going to do at this point? We've stolen all of his students. Looks like a really strong start to this game for us. For sure. Play this, seize it, and honestly, I'm not too sure what he's going to do. We'll find out. 28-0, no student patience development. Looks pretty good for us. And there's the pass. Alrighty, here. So obviously go for a push. Predatory Dive, I do want to keep. We can open with the egg and then use it to trigger the egg. We're missing Haunts, though, and Weavess, which is annoying. I want one of those. Abaya's not bad. We don't have Haunt or Weavess. That makes this hard. If Slyzard lives, we can go for Ruehin. Let's go egg, though. Definitely want to trigger this. And then if he does go for his last student, we can kill it with Predatory Dive. There's the last student. So we've now killed every single student his deck has. And all of them have got Patience 1. He still has Shanny, and he still has possibly Chapter of Wizards. You don't see that in every deck anymore. Not sure why. It seems very strong. Eastred, sure. But we're looking pretty good here, not gonna lie. I really like this position. Go Slyzard. There's only one. There is a slight concern here, is that we actually have no more removal. So I was about to say, if he goes for Shanny, could be in trouble. We don't have the Weavess Incantation or the Haunt. They could Onomancy one of them out. Maybe Onomancy out Haunt. I Onomancy out. Well, the thing is, we really want Weavess in our hands. We can Caranthir it, but I don't know. I think we go Ruehin. Probably just start Ruehin farming the boosts. He might not come back to the melee row, but I'm fine losing leader charges on him. Like this round, I mean. He did come back. That's nice. Yeah, I'm fine using leader charges this round. He's going to get a lot of patience on this, but he shouldn't be able to get a lot on the other student because it's going to take him a while to bring it back. We have this Slyzard consume. Let's go Onomancy here. I think we want Haunt. I want to do a Haunt push. We only have the one Deathwish from Detlef. Is he going to quit? That'd make everything easier if he quit here. So we only have the one Deathwish, But we really need to spawn those Barghists. The Barghist is the second chapter of the... he's in the game still. The Barghist is the second chapter of this haunt, and we really need it for the consumes here, for Detlef. And then we need to consume this Ruin more, and we should be able to get a bunch of consumes with the haunt. It gives us 1 on the Banshee, then 2 more on Detlef. We're going to need those. Okay, there's the chapter of Wizards. Please do not get the ranged student. He did get the... Oh, he got that one. Okay, so that's fine. He's going to winch that next turn, isn't he, and get the ranged student. So we could pass. Let's also try and force out his stuff here. We'll go here. Let's Caranthir the Detlef. This way we can maybe save the Detlef for round 3. We'll consume here the Slyzard. As long as we save Detlef double leader for round 3, we're good. We just want to see what we can force out of him here. Abaya is sort of not going to play for anything, though. Hey, he'd use that, so the Resilience Order's gone. Sometimes they have Dwin Vyandra, gotta watch out for that. John Italius into Winch, knew this was coming, he's another student. It's gonna be Patience 2 now. We could pass, or we keep going. He's got so many points a turn, though. I think we're committed. We have to play the Detlef to get this Barghist. We consume here. We consume here. And let's see what he has. Ruin's back. We're up by 16. I want to force out everything. He hasn't played a duel yet. We want that to be gone. He hasn't played... Because usually you have the leader charge for Fard's Vengeance, Selkirk, and the thing they summon back with Shani. Or from Practice Makes Perfect, whatever. If it doesn't have Zeal. So we want to get rid of those leader charges. Especially want Selkirk gone. If Selkirk's gone, okay, so there's Selkirk. Boost him to an 8. If he kills our Barghist, we're going to be annoyed. We could play Abaya and then lose the game, so we're not going to do that. Really wish we had our Deathwish card here. We could have played Onomancy's Haunt before we went into Ruin. But I wasn't planning on haunting, and then he started getting too many points. He's got 4 and 4 on his thing. As long as we don't draw only consume cards, we're fine here. We need are you kidding me? We need Deathwish cards. No. That's GG. We don't have any Deathwish cards in hand. Oh well. Go to the next game. Yeah, we killed every student he had, but we still couldn't take the game in the end. You asked why we quit there? We have a total of like 25 points over 5 cards. He's going to have more than that. He hasn't played a single Alumni yet, and they all have their Zeals. We'll just go to the next game here. Now, this time we're going up against Carapace monsters. Carapace monsters. This is probably going to be Keltullis. Probably Keltullis deck. But that's okay. We have a pretty good matchup for that. What? I mean, am I going to do anything else? No. Punished by Predatory Dive. Watch out for Predatory Dive, guys. Watch out for it. Also, I'm not sure why he boosted that. I have no idea why he did that boost. What am I going to do that's so bad? Like, if I Purify removes the... I don't get it. I just don't get it. The only thing I could think of if you wanted to play the Pact on it. But that wouldn't make much sense, would it? Okay, never mind. That is what he wanted to do. Makes sense now. Makes sense now. It did get punished. Now, we could go for the Mana Core here, but there's a reason we're not going to. And that reason has to do with Keltullis, because I'm still pretty sure this is a Keltullis deck. There he is. Yeah, now we go for the Mana Core, and now Keltullis dies, and his entire gameplay in round 1's ruined, and we go to round 2 on even, and then we force out the Witch's Sabbath, and then we win round 3 with Detlef. Pretty simple game plan from here on. This should be a win eventually. And he knows it. GG. That was another fast one today. Wow, a lot of these quick ones today. It's interesting. Alright, there we go. This one will be our last game. So let's make it a good one, hopefully. Okay. Now, we have Marilorns. Have not shown off Marilorn much this time. They're here to trigger Rot Fiends most of the time. And don't really have that going on so much. Predatory Dive is not great just because he has... just because, well, it's not great here. It's much better going second than it is going first. Going second's really brutal. They use their stratagem. But then again, in this matchup, the stratagem spawns the 2 crows, so he's pretty safe from it. Oh, it's a Crow Messenger deck? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Crow Messenger player. Guys, this is called bullying. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to win. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Yeah, I've changed my mind. He's no longer a Crow Messenger player. Now we are. Feels bad, man. But, for him, I'm sure. But we'll take it. No more Crow Messenger. I'm not sure what his deck's gonna do now, honestly. He can't use the Mega Scopes or anything, so... Not too sure what his plan will be. Go second Desert Banshee. He does have the Coral, so he probably will get some value from that. It's not game over for him, but his deck plan's kind of been ruined. We could go with Ruehin here. Let's go Arcaspore Trigger, though. I don't think he wants to play too long into this round. Yep, that's what I thought. Not too long. We'll just go for round 2 push here. And by the way, if he is playing Crow Messengers, he probably doesn't have too much removal. And you see what I see? We're missing 1 card for the combo, and we have an Odomancy. So we have the combo. We drew a Baya too. Nice. So we'll go for it. What we're going to go for here is the full quad Weavess Incantation play. Yeah, the quad Weavess Incantation play. And we'll see if we can't get it. Detlaf, I mean... He's really good. And we got this Predatory Dive, so we can scam him here. Let's just open Detlaf. We don't need Detlaf for the Weavess Incantation, because his trigger doesn't do anything when we have them out. So ideally here we just want to trigger him with Predatory Dive. And if not, we use him as the consume target for our Weavesses, so that they don't die. And that's what we're going to do. So go into here, go into Caranthier. And after this, we'll probably be able to draw our round 3. And if he somehow wins this round, which I feel like we might just 2-0 him here. If he doesn't answer this, I think we 2-0 him. The problem is we do lose a little value on the Mana Core because of the Crow Mother's going to come back, and it's going to come back again. But we have... Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see if he does anything here. See if he does anything. Brings back the Coral, so he can't kill our Weavesses. Well, we're going for it. Quad Weavess incoming. Detlaf keeps them alive. We have a Predatory Dive here with a 1 on our Caranthier. Okay, the question is, do we set up something first, or do we go just straight into the Weavesses? Straight into them is a bigger tempo play, because we can push him harder. Okay, never mind, we're not going to do that, because he killed it. I was going to say, but if we go for the Predatory Dives, we want to do that first, so that we don't target that with the Manticore. We'll get out this Weavess here. Do we consume? We want to buy it. Let's be greedy. We're being greedy. If he has a Heatwave here, we get punished. But it is what it is. I want to buy it though. Definitely want to be a Abaya-ing that. Because it'd be cool. Okay, there's the Crow. Or, Crow Clan Preacher. We'll go Abaya here. Got another Weavess. We can consume with this one, and get another one. Then we can leave this one, or it's safe to consume. We'll consume it here. There's the 4 Weavesses. Now this is something you can do that most people will not let you do. And now we can go Rot Fiend, boom, 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 and then we can go for the Manticore. Rot Fiend, I think we go Rot Fiend first, just so we have a high roll potential with the Manticore. And yeah, I think we go... Rot Fiend's not going to hit... Well, he should kill some stuff, right? He might hit a couple guys to 1, but I think that's okay, because we still have a Predatory Dive left too. Anyway, the lowest stuff will be a problem. I love how we hit... Every single Rot Fiend hit was bad. Every single one. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, no, I think we did hit more Kvarg. Never mind. Only 3 of the 4 were bad. We're counting on a high roll there, and we didn't get it. So a Predatory Dive is going to be not awesome, but it will trigger our dude. Kill that. Honestly, we should have played Manticore first. Not gonna lie, but I wanted to go for a high roll if we could hit the 5-point guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get a high roll. But that's okay, because we're still gonna go for the machine gun here. We'll trigger this. Ruehin comes back, and we're gonna machine gun Manticore, just because it's fun. Obviously, we should have played Manticore first. I was going for a highlight, not gonna lie. Okay, that makes this Manticore much better. I was going for the highlight, trying to get the RNG hits for the Rot Fiend. Didn't work out. Guys, when you're playing the game, remember, be good. Do smart things. Don't try and get highlight clips. But then again, you guys probably don't all have YouTube channels, so. That was a machine gun, though. I'm not sure he can keep up, even though we did that. That will bring that back. He needs, what, 16 or 17? I lied. He needs 20. That's a lot more. I don't think he's got 20. And Pride's a good card. And he doesn't have it, so that's just a 2-0 GG. There you go, guys. Played our Deathwish deck. I really don't think Ruehin and Slyzard are the play. Well, Slyzards are really good for the consuming. I don't think Ruehin's going to cut it. Even still. The problem is that he needs Slyzard, and Slyzard always dies. But Slyzard's a good consume option, so I think... I'm 95% sure that Heatwave's the play for the 10 provision slot. You could go back to what I was doing before and run Mushy Truffle. Mushy Truffle is really good if you go for the Keltullis Harpies, because you can get that bonded, and then they can spawn those Harpy eggs for a lot of value. These guys here, Solano Harpies. You do them, and you do the Mushy Truffle. You cut a Barghest, and you fit these in as 5 versions. It's quite fun. This is what I used to do. I like that version of the deck quite a bit. It's actually really nice, especially because the Mushy Truffle order to boost by 2 can help you get your Weavess Incantations out of Vigo's Muzzle range. So that's something to keep in mind as well. The Mushy Truffle is really good for that. And it's just a really good card in general. And speaking of that, you can also, in this 10 position slot, run the Vigo's Muzzle yourself if you want. This slot here, this 110 position slot, is incredibly flexible. And that's why I'm talking about it so much. Or you can go for the Muzzle, the Heatwave, Truffle. If you like Ruehin, you can go Ruehin. And then I think I like Heatwave the best, though. Mushy Truffle is really fun, but I think we need the Heatwave. In practice games before I recorded this video, we went up against Sigvald, I think it was. Sigvald was a problem. And then we went up against, what's his face? Someone played K here. We didn't have a Heatwave. That was pretty sad. So, Heatwave, I think you definitely want in here. You have a lot of control, but it's very little of it's targeted, right? Maruna's random, Rot Fiend is random, Predatory Dive's random, and Imperial Manticore is lowest. So, you do have control in these, and Marilor can trigger the Rot Fiends, by the way. So, we've got like 5, 10, 15, 20 damage here, a kill here, a seize here. So, it's a lot of control. It's just none of it's targeted, so I think you do want the one targeted value. We get control from the volume of our damage going out to the opponent, not in the targets of it. And obviously, it's usually best if you open with it. So you stop a setup type of deck, like the Alumni deck. You stop their setup or siege. You stop the setup of their first few engines, and then they can do whatever they want after. But hopefully that's stopping their first few engines with the big tempo plays, because you get a big tempo play when you consume a Rot Fiend. It's like 10. Hopefully that gets you to the round, right? We don't remove every engine, we just remove the first engines. All that being said, I think you want targeted removal here. Another card we can talk about here is if you do not want a Weavess Incantation version of the deck. So if you do not want Weavess Incantation, you can fit another high provision card in here. That's up to you. I think Weavess Incantation with Caranthir is really fun, so I like doing it. That's why I run it. And it's pretty strong, right? The only thing is we don't have too many Death Wishes for her to trigger. I mean, you have Maruna, Manticore is probably the best one, those two. And you've got Rot Fiends and Harpy Eggs. The problem is that there's not so many Death Wishes that are actually good with Weavess Incantation. Right, because if we take a look here, Vi's awful. We're not playing a Vi deck. I mean, he's not an awful card, but he's not, doesn't work for this. Ruehin doesn't work for this. Detlef doesn't work. So you're kind of left with Maruna and Manticore are the two best ones. If you want to be hilarious and try and mill someone with Goliath, let me know, because I want to see that video, because it'll be really funny. Maybe I'll try to meme and do that once, maybe unranked or something. That might be funny. Werecat is one you could go for. It would be pretty interesting. I didn't include it in here, but he is an option. Other than that, you've got Rot Fiend and you got Harpy Egg. Those are the only good ones. Yeah, I think those are the only good ones. Because Bridge Troll's going to be way too... You're getting way too tall if you play a Bridge Troll with this. Like, if you got like a couple of Weavess Incantations, play Bridge Troll, boom, boom. It is really good value. The problem is then it's all on one card. So you don't have too many cards you want to play with the Weavess Incantation. So it can be kind of hard to have the right cards in hand to go for it if you do get it off, because you don't have too many Death Wishes, and you're all pretty much in most games going to play either Maruna or Manticore early to try and secure round one. So you're not going to have both of them. That's something to consider. So you don't have to go for Caranthir, Weavess Incantation. I do think Weavess Incantation is a very good card now, though. I just wish there was another Deathwish card that we could, like, I wish there was like a Deathwish boost all your units card that would really help out with this type of deck. But we'll see what they come out with. Deathwish doesn't really need it. It just might be interesting for this specific deck. And also Spawning Fog, the Foglets here, I should mention. The Fog I do like. The Fog, it is really good value. It's just that the damage it does kind of often will set up so that your Rot Fiend doesn't do 5, or that when you want the lowest card for like Manticore might be lower, but it can help with Maruna. So Foglet is a decent option here, as well as a Bronze 4, because we don't have that many Death Wishes, right? We have Archaspore, we have 2 eggs, 2 Rot Fiends, that's 5, a Manticore at 6, a Maruna is 7, and then we have Arrakis Queen, which is 8, and 2 Death Chargers, so 9, 10, and then the Caranthir gives us more. But we only have like 10 Death Wishes spread across like 7 cards, which is a decent amount. And you want to balance that with the consumes, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 consumes, 5, 6 consumes, 7, 8 across 6 cards, and then we get some from the Arrakis Queen and the Haunt, so you get a bunch. But these 10 provision slot here you can change. The Weavess Incantation, Caranthir ones you can change. The thing is, I'm not too sure what you'd want to go for. You could make a... Well, you could make a deck with the Werecat. The Werecat deck, which might be interesting. And you can certainly slot Werecat in here as a consume card. He's pretty interesting. I do want to run a deck with Werecat. I just wasn't sure. I didn't think he'd fit perfectly in this deck. And I want to keep it mostly the same, so we could try out this Slyzard and Ruehin and get a pretty consistent comparison to the previous deck. But yeah, I think this is the deck. Slyzard. I mean, Slyzard you can probably cut 1 or 2 of for the either Endrega Warriors for that deploy, because everyone will kill a Slyzard if they see it. Or you can go for a card like Night Wraith. You can go for a card like, what's it called? Where is it? Whatever, it's here somewhere. You can go for Night Wraith. You can go for the Foglet. You can go for stuff like that. And since we're not even playing Devotion, you can also throw in a Squirrel if you wanted to go for that option. Not bad at all either. But those are the options for the deck. I think most of this you want to keep pretty much the same. The Marilorns, the Slyzards, and this 10% slot with Heatwave are pretty flexible. And then if you want, you can go with no Weavess Incantation, no Caranthir. Briefly, you can make a Witch's Sabbath version of the deck where you rely on bringing back Arrakis Queen and Detlef, but I think that's a little too inconsistent. Not my favorite, but you could try and do something like that as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.